I am your Dean of Health and Wellness Sciences, Monique Norfus. It is an honor to congratulate you, and I know all the work that you've done to earn this spot, this graduation, this opportunity. So in the words of Dr. Maya Angelou, people will not remember what you say, they will not remember what you do, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Dr. Mary Grady, and I am the Nursing Program Administrator. And I am here to say congratulations on your accomplishment of completing nursing school. What I would also like to say is I jotted a few words down here, is Happy Year of the Nurse. You are graduating during a worldwide pandemic. Not only that, but a year that's been the year that was picked out to say that nurses are great. And I jotted a few words down to say to you in passing here. And one is the word grit. Because when I keep thinking about nurses and the year of the nurse and all that we're living through in this pandemic, I think of the word grit. Grit is a driving force that helps us follow our passions and accomplish our goals even when things get tough. And a person that has grit has the ability to persevere and be resilient. Each and every one of you have grit. You have grit because you made it through this program, and that is the same grit that you're going to take with you into the nursing profession. You are going to be the backbone of the healthcare system. And if anything at all, this year the nurse, we have shown that the nurse is the backbone of the healthcare system. The world, if they didn't know it before, they now have recognized that the expertise that a nurse possesses is essential. We are more than essential workers. We have essential knowledge that is essential to patients and to communities far and wide. And so to all of you out there, I want to say stay gritty. Keep that grit that you have because you're going to need it as you enter the profession. This is a pinning ceremony, and we could not do a face-to-face because of this pandemic, because as nurses, we have to lead the way, and part of leading the way is to model good behavior. So to not get together in a large gathering is why we're not doing this face-to-face. But in this virtual world, you are going to be receiving a pin that the Student Nurse Association bought and that we're going to be mailing to you. And this pin signifies the fact that you are welcomed into the profession. We're welcoming you into this gritty nursing profession. And the pin, though, has a history. And the history of the pin goes back to Florence Nightingale, and even way before her. Back before Florence, a lot of the crusades that would go out and do health missions would show like their symbol, and they would put it on their chest or their armor to show that they were helping the ill, and they may have a cross or they might have whatever signifies the group that they're representing. Well, Florence took it to say that her school of nursing, she wanted to signify with a pin that you had met the standards and the expertise to enter the profession and to show that you were part of that group. So that is where the history of the pin came from. It's just a welcoming into the profession. So I would like to personally say I welcome each and every one of you to be one of my colleagues in the nursing profession. And I would also like to tell you one more thing in passing. And that is, in passing, keep in mind and always remember that when you come in contact with people, you may be the difference that they see in so many things. And just remember Maya Angelou. And she used to say, people will forget what you say, and people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you make them feel. So go out there in the world and make the world feel that we're going to make this a better place. Congratulations and good luck.
Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Arndt and I am one of the May 2021 RN program graduates. We all know how important documentation is in nursing, and I am very excited we get to document our achievements today. When we started this program, we were strangers in the nursing boot camp, terrified and excited of what this program was going to bring. And here we are today, 2 years later, finishing the RN program as a family. When we first started this program, we knew there were going to be many obstacles thrown our way. We did not expect any of those obstacles to include the pandemic. Even so, we have made it through all of these obstacles, and I have had the pleasure of watching each and every one of us grow to become the nurses we are meant to be. It is a huge pleasure to see all of my classmates become family and become better nurses for themselves and for everyone else. Congratulations, class of 2021. We made it.
Hello everyone, my name is Yuhan Chen. I am representing our LCCC nursing program at Bowling Green State University, Florence campus. This nursing journey has officially and finally come to an end, and we can all agree that it's been difficult but worth it. We all come from different backgrounds, but we all share one goal in mind: to enter the field of nursing. I am pretty positive that most of us have made some lifelong friends throughout the nursing program. And we have cried together, we have celebrated together, and now we are graduating together. I can look back at this past 2 years and see how much myself and my classmates have grown. And I am so proud of who we have become today. I am very thankful for our instructors who made our nursing journey meaningful. And they have done everything they can to help along the way. This group has diverse goals for the future. Some have dreams being ER nurses, ICU nurses, travel nurses, OB nurses, and most of us all have plans for furthering our education in the future. Lastly, we have been given the foundation to enter the field of nursing. And no matter where we end up, we're going to have a bright future ahead of us. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Hello, graduating nurses, families, friends, and faculty members. I'm Marcia Ballinger, president of Lorain County Community College. I'm honored to address all of our nursing graduates during this truly remarkable time. This has been an unforgettable year for each and every one of us, but perhaps most of all for you, our nursing students who are entering the nursing profession. To pursue a career in nursing is a tremendous task in any year, but to do so during a pandemic takes a very special type of student. I commend each of you for continuing on this path of service to others, especially during these difficult times. Nursing is a noble profession in any circumstance, and I believe it takes a hero to step forward to help others during this global health crisis. I know I speak for our entire community as I extend to you my sincerest thank you and deep appreciation for your service to all of us. When you go out into the community as a registered nurse, you do so during a time that none of us have ever before experienced. There is no time in recent history that compares to what healthcare professionals are dealing with right now. The stakes have never been higher, but I know that each of you are so well prepared for what lies ahead. And when you face challenges, I hope that you remember the advice of your professors who have encouraged you at every stop of your journey. There will be challenges ahead, I can assure you, but you have the skills to succeed and to bring comfort and care to all of your patients. Your LCCC family has supported you this far, and we will continue to be here for you throughout your career. At Lorain County Community College, we know that we are all in this together. After all, community is our middle name. To reach your graduation, it took a support system of people around you, your family, friends, professors, classmates. You have all helped to reach this milestone. In the coming days, I hope that you'll take a few minutes to reach out to your supporters and let them know just how much they have meant to you. Graduates, I congratulate each of you on completing the nursing program. As you go out into the healthcare world, I wish you health, safety, and joy. Congratulations.
Greetings, everyone. For those that may not know me, my name is Marianne Carvor, and I am an instructor in the nursing program. I have the distinct privilege of presenting the Florence Nightingale Award. So you may be asking, who was Florence Nightingale? Florence was a forward-thinking nurse. She cared for the wounded, sick, and poor populations by providing fundamental care necessary for the health and well-being of patients. She believed in clean water, fresh air, and bed linens for each patient. While caring for patients in highly overcrowded hospitals, many patients were placed in hallway corridors on carts. She would check on patients through these hospital corridors, illuminating her way by carrying a lamp. She thus became known as the Lady with the Lamp. She was the catalyst for developing nursing standards and a core figure in establishing nursing as the highly regarded profession it is today. The nursing program first bestowed the Florence Nightingale Award in the fall of 2017. The current winners will be our 8th award recipients. The award winners are determined from a tally of Lorain County Community College nursing program faculty votes for the student that most emulates the qualities and characteristics of Florence Nightingale. That nursing is an art as well as a science. The Firelands Campus Award recipient. The recipient is one of the most positive students encountered. The student has consistently demonstrated compassion in caring for patients and is always willing to help fellow students who may be struggling, as well as hospital staff. The student is a role model for fellow students and exemplifies the caring, compassionate qualities of Florence Nightingale. Always positive, even when the situation is grim. Even though they have had some struggles along the way, they have persevered to accomplish their ultimate goal of becoming a registered nurse. On behalf of the nursing faculty, this individual is none other than Johan Chen. Congratulations, Johan. The main campus award recipient. This recipient is found to be constantly early to clinical, professionally dressed, and fully prepared for the day's events. The student is highly motivated, seeks new learning opportunities, and routinely asks high-level questions to further their understanding of the etiological disease processes of the patient they are caring for. The student exhibits professional maturity, confidence in what they know, and pursues in-depth material understanding on their own volition. The student is compassionate, patient care advocate, often found at bedside, developing rapport with the families and patients to facilitate optimum holistic patient care outcomes. Granted dual clinical course preceptorships in both critical care and leadership, with the leadership preceptorship transpiring on a cardiac telemetry unit. On behalf of the nursing faculty, this individual is none other than Katie Meyer-Smith. Congratulations, Katie. In recognition of their accomplishments, both winners will receive a beautifully etched glass Lorain County Community College Award and a Certificate of Achievement. Now, if all of the nurses in our viewing audience will please stand and follow me in reciting the Florence Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard in my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I will endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Congratulations to our award winners and all of our graduates. The nursing faculty is so very proud of you all. Thank you.
Now I'd like to take you through the blessing of the hands. This is a traditional part of the ceremony that we do with graduate nurses, but we also do it oftentimes in clinical agencies yearly during Nurses Week. We're not sure where it comes from. We think it comes from the early days of Florence Nightingale, but it's a way that we validate your work. We help, it's a sense of rejuvenating nurses when we do it every so often to show that your work is meaningful. And sometimes we need that rejuvenation as we are very stressed. We have very hard days at work. We come home very tired, but we consider nursing a calling. And the blessing of the hands helps rejuvenate, validate that work so that you can continue and just give you that extra breath of fresh wind that you can do to continue every day. So the way we do that is we all stretch out our hands as if you're receiving a gift of some kind. So if you all stretch out your hands, we'll do this together even though it's remote. Blessed be the work of your hands that will provide comfort to those in need. Blessed be the hands that will provide hope and strength to patients who are suffering. Blessed be your hands that give peace to those in fear and pain. Blessed be your hands that nurture and care for the lonely. Blessed be your hands that embrace others with passion. Blessed be your hands that will plant new seeds and touch new life. Blessed be your hands that will wipe away tears. Blessed be your hands that have reached out and been received. Blessed be your hands that embrace death and comfort those who mourn. Blessed be your hands that carry out tasks as part of caring for each other, your family, and the community. Blessed be the hands that hold the promise of your future. Blessed be the works of your hands that you may fulfill the divine purpose for your life.